Hey everybody, so I wanted to just do a little video and talk about a few costume design related things. I've been wanting to make more videos. I've been having a hard time making the time to actually sit down and go through the whole process that it takes to make a video, so I thought I would just grab my camera and talk for a little bit. So I was recently on a short film shoot and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Last month we had a 3-day shoot for a 16-page short film. A friend of mine had written a script. It was her first time directing and she had a really good story she wanted to tell. So the project is currently in post-production. It's being edited and will hopefully be released early this summer. We'll see what actually happens. So for this project, I was the costume designer. I was the only person in wardrobe. It was a pretty small cast. There were 3 main characters and a few other specific characters, and then we had one scene with a bunch of extras. As the costume designer, my job was to create a cohesive look for all the characters throughout the film, and I also made sure to tell a story with the costumes. So something a lot of people who aren't into costumes don't think about is the character comes through their clothes just as much as it does through the actors and the facial expressions or anything else that you see. So as the costume designer, it's my job to interpret their emotions, the setting, and what stage they're at in the story through their costumes. So this was a very low budget production. We didn't have much to work with. I was pretty much just using pieces that I have in my own personal collection, as well as going through actors' wardrobes and just using pieces that they already had. So I spent a lot of time going through the script and analyzing the emotions of each character in each scene and noticing what they're doing. The theme of the film is about forgiveness and forgiving people who don't necessarily want to be forgiven or don't see that they need to be forgiven. I pulled together a list of every scene that each character was in. I broke it down that way, and then I broke down what was going on in each scene, whether they were indoor, whether they were outdoor, and then what kind of look I wanted to go for. So the overall look for the film that I wanted was very cozy and stylized. The main character I decided to make a little bit more out of date and more retro. She's living in the past a little bit, so I gave her a less modern look and just made her more casual in her clothes, and her colors are all very muted. I wanted to show a progression through her costumes of her going from wearing less fitted and almost hiding in her clothes to the end of the film where she's actually starting to pick up more colors and dress more soft as her character softens after she goes through everything that she does in the film. Then we have the other character, the second character. She's the villain of the story, and I dressed her in much more modern clothes. She's wearing a lot of sharp colors, more bold colors, attention-grabbing leather and that kind of thing, just really modern and edgy type of clothing. So anyways, I had a list of all of the costume pieces and what each outfit would be for each scene, and then I went and documented each of those. So if you're new to filmmaking, you may not realize this, but films are not shot in chronological order. So we would be shooting a scene from the very end of the movie, and then we'd be moving to the beginning, and then we'd be in the middle, all in one day. So I had to really document everything very thoroughly, and I do want to talk about this more properly in another video sometime. When I was on set, I had my wardrobe Bible with me. That's this little notebook here. I have all of my characters, my costume plots printed out. I have the call sheets in here. I have the strip board for what we're shooting each day in here. And this is an essential. You can't do a short film shoot without doing this. This was so helpful because we were jumping around so much. When I'm on set and after I have all my costumes for the next scenes ready to go, they're all hung up in order, steamed, all that, I will grab my notebook and I'll go to where they're shooting and I will watch the take. When I'm watching a take, what I'm watching for is continuity and just watching for anything that looks funny. In between takes, I'll go in, make adjustments, and just make sure everything looks the same in each take. and make sure everything is laying the way it should, nothing's puckering or layers are laying right and that kind of thing. It was actually kind of funny because as the costumer, I don't really know that much about what's going on. I know what scene they're on, and I know when I need to be getting ready for the next costume change, but everything was so frantic that people kept coming to me and they're like, what take are we on? What take are they doing right now? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm the costumer. I don't know any of that stuff. So apparently when you carry around a binder and you're just calm and like doing your thing, people think that you know exactly what's going on. Everyone kept asking me questions I had no idea about. Apparently I just looked like I knew what was going on. Anyways, on-set organization is so important, especially on a fast-paced set like this one was, because we only had 3 days to shoot. Everything was moving very, very fast. So it was like that, one thing after another. Staying organized, making sure you have everything printed out. You know exactly what each character is wearing for each scene, and you have everything prepped before they need it, before they need to be changed. And then you also have to just be prepared. The shooting schedule is going to get rearranged. The AD is going to have to move some things around, and that happened so many times. We had a plan, we were going to shoot one scene at night, and then we decided, okay, we're just going to do that during the day, and we did. So you just have to be ready to go, just keep moving, and just be prepared for anything. As a costume designer, the most important aspect is organization and just staying calm. Filmmaking is tough, and on set, expect for things to go wrong. Things are always going to go wrong. Just make sure you're doing your best to stay organized and on top of it. This was such a fun shoot for me. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot on it, and it was really fun. I love working on contemporary films. A lot of people would probably think that contemporary means easy, but it's actually a lot harder because the way that you're telling story through the costumes is so much more subtle than if you're doing something that's fantasy or historical. You know, you can't make a big beaded ball gown that's over the top to show that a character is over the top. You have to do it in much more subtle ways. Hopefully this was interesting. I hope to be making more videos soon, and I hope to see you all around. So thank you all for subscribing and watching my videos. Every time I see more of you, it just makes me excited and makes me want to make more videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.